someone said there's a course in colored pencils, and you love color, and I do. So I took a course in colored pencils, and it really turned me on because I could get color. I love color. My grandmother was a gardener, and she sold her flowers, and she painted her flowers on china. And I saw her doing that from the time I was very young. She's also a dressmaker. And so I had it all around me, color and flowers, and I used to lie down in the center of our daisy field, which was in a circle. She planted daisies in one big part of our yard. Everything else was like in rows or around the fence. We had acres of flowers and garden and everything. And when I wanted to just relax and look at the sky and watch clouds, I would go lie down in the middle of the circle of daisies. And nobody knew where I was. But I didn't care, because I had a wonderful time there. But I learned to look at everything. And I never get bored, because if I can't paint, which usually I have things in the car that I can sketch with or do something with quick, but I'm always looking at things and watching things. My husband said the first thing he remembered when we started dating was when we went to his grandfather's farm, I kept watching the chickens. And for years, he didn't know why I always watched those chickens. But finally he figured it out. He had pigs also. And my husband used to play with those pigs and ride on those pigs. So anyway, when I started this, I looked out my window and I have this old walnut tree. It isn't really that old, but it is now. It's about probably 40 years old now. When I first started looking at it, it was 50 years old. And someone came and cut it down when it was not too old. But I knew what it was because it had walnuts on it. It was quite small. And he was taking some of our wood off of the property. And I said, "Don't touch my walnut tree." Well, he cut it down. And I came home, and I had a big stump there. It was huge, because that walnut tree had been there a lot of years before we were. The house was quite old.